Hello, I'm going to present my system thinking term project. For the background, I am one of the consultation group in the Ironman Creativity Contest. The contest is a real-life adventure game which tests the high school students' team collaboration and cross-disciplinary activities. Students must form a team of 4 to 6 people to complete one of the main tasks and other subtasks in a given time. The problem definition is that Ironman Intelligence Contest is dropping in the number of signed-up students. The core variable in this project is the number of students who attend the contest. So let's see the behavior over time graph first. Uh, in this graph, we can see number of students increases from 2003 to 2011 because our contest was started from 2003, and now we can see that student number of students gets downward and upward and downward and upward, and recently the number of students dropped from uh, about 6,000 to now about 3,000 people these years. What we fear of is that students do not come to our contest, so the number of students will still get dropping down. And for business as usual, we think that students will come up as usual. But what we hope is really the number of students will get upward and upward, just like 2011 or more. There are might 15,000 people who come to this contest. So in our iceberg model, we think what we find is that IICC declines in attended student these years, and the pattern is just as what we see in the behavior over time graph. And the structure is constructed by this causal loop diagram, and we will uh, go deep into it later. And for the mental model, first we have used the attention and influence diagram to find out some of the most important people in our system. So we find out that the administrative of IICC and the program hubs of IICC, also Ministry of Education and we consultation groups and also the Taiwanese students have the most attention and influence to our contest. So we have interviewed at least three of these five types of people. So from the interview of a consultation group member, we find out that in 2003 there are some problems and also there are some issues about uh, newborn babies, the dropping of newborn babies these years. Also, there are some problems about some students who didn't get confidence in these tasks. And finally, when the tasks are not well designed, the consultation group member feel like she is cheating students because the tasks are not designed so well. And for the interview of administrative, most of them think that junior students don't know this contest since senior students haven't attended this contest in recent years. So number of students still dropping down. And also the signed up students dropped in 2020 because contest holds earlier than before. Also during the pandemic, the contest cancelled twice, so they are very afraid of students are not going to attend this contest because none of the students in their school have attended the contest before. Also, finally, the taskmasters in 2015 and 2018 are too smart to design easy and fun game for ordinary peoples. And the third interview is to a team for 6 high school students, and they say that they find this contest on the internet, but their school doesn't provide some such information for them, and they don't think other students in their school has attended this contest before. Also, they think the teachers in the academic affair office doesn't want to share this contest because it looks more like a game uh, rather than an academic contest. So finally, they think the poster of contest should have more description about the interdisciplinary because 108 syllabus very emphasized about that. So the shared vision of everyone is that everyone wants to know the information about this kind of academic contest, and contestants want to know what exactly the contest is doing and what can this contest bring to their portfolio in 108 syllabus. And the teacher wants students to get more outstanding records in their portfolio in these kind of academic contests. And finally, as contest holders, we want more students to attend this contest. Let's go dive into our behavior over time graph here. And so let's see from 2003 to 2011. Before 2011, more and more students joined this novel contest from the propagation at school and from the other students. So we can see that the more students attend a contest, then the more students share this contest. So the more number of students are interested in this contest, so then there are more students attend this contest again. So this is a reinforcement loop called peer sharing. And before 2011, we have another loop that is about teacher. So when number of students that attend contests increase, then there are more number of task masters and number of tasks. So there are more interestingness of the contest. So there will be more teachers in this contest. So when there are more teachers holding high school or campus events, then there will be more students interested in this contest. So more students attend this contest again. And let's go into 2011 to 2014. The number of students dropped. And in these 3 years, the program host changes. So the new program host is too busy to control the test quality. So starting from student attend the contest, we find out that when the host is too busy, then the quality of test will drop down. So the interestingness of contest will also drop down. So less students will attend the contest. Also, the number of newborn babies in 1996 decreases, so it resulted in a decline of total number of high school students in 2011. So it is a delayed loop here, a delayed connection here. And let's go to 2014 and 2008 to 2018. And in 2014, previous hosts come back and hold more campus events before. So when there are more campus events, then there are more number of students interested in this contest, and there are more students will attend the contest. The reinforcement works again. So we think that high school campus event is a very important key in our contest. And for the part of from 2016 to 2018, the contest changes registration rule, but the program host is too busy to have the through consideration. So students miss the deadline more than before, so less students signed in the contest. The rule turns back as before in 2019, so the number of students goes up as before. And finally, let's go into 2020 to 2022. And recently, during the pandemic, the number of students declines due to the afraid of illness. So when there are more students attend a contest, then more students are afraid of the pandemic. So because they don't want people to gather together, so they are more afraid of the pandemic. And also, when more people are afraid of the pandemic, then the contest will cancel more. And also, since the number of students decline, then less students share this contest, so less students are interested in this contest. And finally, the reinforcement loop works again, then less students attend the contest. And Also, there are some loops that we found, but they are not directly affecting the behavior over time graph. So we'll just talk about them here. And in 2019, the program host initiated a new system called consultation group. The consultation group take care of the problems so that each task can be discussed thoroughly. So the consultation group is here. When the consultation group comes in the system, then the quality of task increase. So the interestingness of the contest it also increases, and so there will be more students attend the contest, and then there will be more number of taskmaster and more experienced taskmasters who can become the consultation group. This is the outer loop. And for the inner loop, we can see that the more number of taskmasters will lead to more experienced taskmaster, and when there are more experienced taskmaster become consultation group, then there will be less taskmaster because they are just doing the work of consultation group rather than uh, uh, rather rather than being a taskmaster. And also another loop that doesn't appear in the behavior over time graph there is that is when more students attend a contest, there are more top students who return the contest to become taskmasters and design harder problems. This declines students' confidence. So when more students attend a contest, then there are more top students and more smart taskmasters and harder problems. So it decreases students' contest and decrease the number of students attend a contest. It is a first confidence breaking loop. And another loop is top students causes smarter taskmasters and more harder problems. It is a loop I called elitism. And the final loop is communication loop, because we find out that communication with students is the most important thing for our contest. With more students, each taskmaster will have higher workload, so they have less time to communicate with students, and students are less feeling encouraged, and so there are less students interested in this contest, so less student attend a contest. And some intervention that I think I can use is that first we can start using Instagram so that students can be interested in this contest. Also, we can have some clear description on the poster so students can know the link between our contest and 108 syllabus, and hence there will be more teachers interested in our contest. And if we can also increase the number of consultation group, then there will be more campus events, so the number of students can increase. And finally, oh yeah, and finally there are also we don't have a good taskmaster training now, so we think we can have we can have a taskmaster training so that can decreases taskmasters workload, and also that taskmasters can have a good communication with students, so it can increase the number of students by the communication loop. So it can go back to our iceberg model that everyone wants to know the information about this contest. We can try to make this shared vision happens. And for the ladder of inference, that is how I think about what can I do about this contest. And let's start from a selective reality. We found that IICC has been dropping in attendance, and also host of IICC is approaching 65 years old. So what I interpreted is that IICC needs more connection with high school, and also the host of IICC is going to retire soon. And my assumption is connect with high school can attract more students to come to our contest, and also many peoples, including maybe our host, are forced to retire at 65. So the conclusion I made is that we have to keep in contact with high school teachers and student clubs. So we have to build an intact ecosystem, and also we have to build an intact ecosystem for the content to be sustainable. And what I believe is teacher can attract students more than we do, so we have to include them into our system. And also an ecosystem solution can be more sustainable than what we do now is just 1 year contest. So my action to this contest is to hold more contest experience activities in high school, and also try to bridge the gap in the IICC ecosystem. So as for all for our presentation, and thank you for listening.